been trying, it's your friend Isaac, Big Bike BMX. I've been trying to do a Broke Boys bar review for the last, I don't know, like 3 weeks maybe. Time has gotten away from me, but I do, and I wanted to get some time on the bar so I can like legitimately tell you what I think about the 4-piece bars versus the 2-piece bars, and just give you a more accurate idea. Now, the first thing to know when it comes to the Broke Boys bars, you know that I'm in love with them. You know I'm in love with the Broke Boys brand. But these things are super, super dope. So you have the width is about the same on both bars. If you have the Gen 1 2-piece bars, your 4-piece bars are, they're about the same, maybe an 1/8 of an inch difference. But they have the 8-inch rise, 30.25, I believe, is the width. And I don't remember offhand what the back sweep or upsweep is, but I'll put it in the description or in the video right below. The difference really is just going to be the style of the bar that you like to see when you're looking down. So I say this a lot, and BMX Craig and I just did a podcast episode where we talked about how I think bars are probably the most important upgrade for your bike, because it changes how you interface with your bike. When you're looking down at the bike, the shapes all contribute to the whole vibe of the bike. Your pedals, it's how you move, but man, everything else comes down to these bars. So spend some time thinking about the bars you're going to ride on your bike. If you love stock bars, that's great. I just personally like the rise and the feel of these bars. So this is my 27.5 SC Racing PK Ripper. I just recently put the 4-piece bars on here. My big Ripper, I've been running the 2-piece bars probably for 4 or 5 months now, since they first came out. I love BMX style bars. I love the shape. There's nothing wrong with the big honking bars that SC puts out. I'll state that right away. Like, they are great bars. A lot of people love them. For me though, I like to have something a little bit different, something that reminds me of me. I like to ride something that reminds me of what I used to look at when I was a kid. So I remember I always wanted the Boss bars that had the extra piece that goes across, but they were all 4-piece bars, the ladder bars, and this to me just reminds me of those Boss bars. So that's why I personally love these. They feel great. They are wide, but just having a taller bar will make it easier for you to pull up and do wheelies and jumps and things like that. The taller the bar, it's less of a deadlift and more of just a pull back and fall into the wheelie. So if you want some wheelie tips or some advice on that, get a taller bar and you will have an easier, more comfortable ride. If you want to ride like your bike like I do, so they feel like the old 80s bikes that we rode, the Haros, the Hutches, the GTs, by getting an 8-inch or taller bar and raising the seat post up, it gives you that BMX feel. So they come raw. This one, I just sprayed some clear coat matte over the top. These ones, I sprayed about 5 coats, which is why these ones are a little bit more dull. And this one, you can see the welds really well on them. But yeah, they're the same exact bar. I did a video before I put them on, setting the bars on top of each other, and they're basically the same exact thing. So if you rode these and love them, you're gonna love the 4-piece. If you haven't ridden these, you are also gonna love the 4-piece bars. So I'm gonna go put on the chesty. We're gonna ride around and kind of give you an idea of what it looks like when you're riding these bikes, or these bars on these bikes.
So just super smooth, super comfortable ride, position. The width is great. Just super easy and comfortable. Almost weightless is the way I would describe these bars. Super responsive. The width is perfect. They just feel very comfortable to ride. Endos, super balanced. Super easy to roll on. So these are the 4-piece bars on the PK. I'm shooting the drive side because Sean from Phoenix Bike Company always gives me a hard time about not doing the drive side. So there you go. PK Ripper 27.5 with the 4-piece Broke Boys bars. Now we're going to try the Big Ripper. And it has been a minute since I've ridden this bike. Same thing. Tire's a little flat. But super responsive. They feel super comfy. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's just a super comfortable interface to ride on. Love them tremendously. Oh, and thinner tires. I gotta put some air in my back tire. So there you have it. Broke Boys 2-piece bars, Gen 1. Get up on there and you can see the welds a little bit. The clear coat like covered those. Now over here, you can see those clean welds. There you go.
So the Broke Boys BMX bars, Jacob Santos designed them. They are actually fabricated at a motorcycle shop in Oregon. So they're not just mass produced out of another country. They're US made by a craftsman that understands, like if they're making handlebars for Harley Davidson motorcycles, you can trust that they're gonna hold up to our wheelies. So handcrafted, US made, quality. It's been, you know, there's no other word, tested by Jacob Santos, and that guy does huge errors, more than I'll ever do, more than probably you'll ever do. So if he trusts these with his body, you and I can trust them for our wheelies and riding down the street. So definitely, if you find your local shop has them, buy them. I know they sell them at Phoenix Bike Company. I think there's another shop in LA, I believe, that sells them. But if not, BrokeBoyzBMX on Instagram, you can direct message them and they can sell you a pair if they have any in stock. They come and they go quick. So when you see them posted up, make sure you snatch a pair right away. Retail, I believe, is right around $100, which sounds like a lot of money, but when you look at the quality of the bars, you'll never buy another set of bars. The quality and the price are actually what you get for $100. Coming from someone that's older than you may be watching this, when I was a kid, I bought a pair of Redline flight cranks. They were huge money. But then I ended up riding those cranks for 10 years. Never bought another pair of cranks. So when you look at it that way, the life of the crank versus how much you spend for it makes a lot of sense. So find someone that has a pair of these bars, feel them, ride them, and then buy a pair. And you think, if I don't buy another pair of handlebars for the next 10 years because I love the way these feel, then $100 is really like $10 a year if you think of it that way. So not a lot of money when you look at the cost versus the quality versus you're not going to be replacing them. Best paint them to match your whatever bike you have now. Take them down, get powder coated. If you get a new bike, go powder coat them again. So that's my review of the Broke Boys BMX bars. Can't say enough good stuff about them. I've loved them since Gen 1 when I got them on the Big Ripper. Couldn't wait to get a pair of the 4-piece for my PK Ripper. And Jacob, you made a perfect set of bars. I call them the perfect bars, and that's what they are. So enjoy, go ride your bike. Spend a little bit more time thinking about your handlebars too when you're looking at upgrades, because it's going to change your whole ride. It's going to change the way you feel about your bike. It's going to change the way you ride your bike. It's going to change the way your bike flows, moves, all of that. It's probably one of the most underrated and most important upgrades you can make on your bike. So spend some time researching, looking at them, ride as many different bars as you can. Get familiar with width and length. And remember, if you have a bar that, like these ones here, which are 30 and a quarter, if you like a shorter bar, you can just get a pipe cutter from Lowe's or Ace Hardware or Home Depot. It just looks like a C-clamp that you twist the thing on, and you can literally just cut however much you need off of your bars. Those tools are like $5, but you'll do a perfect cut. So don't hacksaw your bike. Use a pipe cutter, but you can shorten them down. If you like 28-inch bars, you can do the math, cut them down to what you feel comfortable with. These are running, these are the ODI long neck grips on my PK, and I've got the Redline lock-on grips on the Big Ripper. So just to give you an example of width and what they feel like when you're watching this video. I want to give you as much information so you can make an educated decision when you're buying your next bar. So anyway, go ride your bike, have fun. It's Father's Day. Shout out to my dad for getting me this cool cowboy shirt that I wanted so bad. So have fun. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you soon.